Hey there, fellow car nerds. Welcome back to MG Guy Vintage Vehicles. Greg here with a new Weird Vehicle Wednesday video showcasing the oddest vehicles available for sale across North America this week. You'll find links in the video description below for each of these vehicles. Alright, enough talk. Let's get on with today's weird vehicles for sale.
Okay, we're going to start in Canada here before going south of the border. Here we have a 1952 Morris Minor mud truck, listed for $7,500 Canadian in West Grey, Ontario. Its condition is listed as used good and from the seller's description. 1952 Morris Minor built on Ford Bronco chassis with a carbureted Ford 302 automatic, four-wheel drive, very clean and easy / fun to drive. Everything works 100%, open to offers. Alright, memories of the Beatnik Bandit. Here we have a 1962 custom show car bubble top, listed for $60,000 US in Kingston, New York. It's been driven 300 miles, has an automatic transmission, and from the seller's description. Custom show car built as a tribute to the wild bubble top customs from the early 1960s, powered by a 1962 Pontiac 389 cubic inch engine, high-rise manifold and tri-power carb, automatic transmission. I have driven it on the street, but I wouldn't suggest doing so. It was built primarily for show. And up next we have this 1970 Volkswagen Beetle, listed for $11,500 US in Pell City, Alabama. It's been driven 128,963 miles, has a manual transmission, and from the seller's description. One of a kind 1970 custom VW Bug, new brakes, new tires, new interior, new 1641, new custom paint with rainbow glitter. Alright, here we have a 1952 International truck, listed for $20,000 US in Oneonta, Alabama. It is listed as condition used good and from the seller's description. Originally a 1952 International, runs great, many unique details, comes with custom built trailer, in-shift transmission, will run 50 miles per hour, street legal. Okay, here we have a 1991 Mazda MX-5 Miata, listed for $37,500 US in Covington, Georgia. It's been driven 150,000 miles, has a manual transmission, and a clean title. From the seller's description, 1991 Mazda Miata, thousands of hours and over $100,000 invested over the years, fully TIG-welded cage, 331 Windsor Scat Stroker small block Ford, new Tremec TKX 5-speed, might sell without drivetrain if someone wanted to make it their own. Okay, here we have a 1991 Chevrolet S10 listed for $14,000 US in Marion, North Carolina. It is a manual transmission and from the seller's description. Let's trade, make cash offer, $350 with 5-speed manual transmission, runs and drives great, looking to sell or trade, PM me any offers or trades. I'm getting the impression that the seller will take an offer or a trade. Alright, here's one of those off-road amalgamations. A 1972 Honda Z600, listed for $26,500 US in St. Paul, Minnesota. It's been driven 38,000 miles, has a manual transmission and a clean title. From the seller's description, 1972 Honda on a Suzuki Samurai chassis and motor, 5-speed manual transmission. It's a running, driving car, does not need anything. I worked all the bugs out of it. Okay, this one is actually a factory-built vehicle, but I think odd enough to include today. Here we have a 1953 Voisen bi-scooter, listed for $9,500 US in Danbury, Connecticut. It has a manual transmission and from the seller's description. Recently out of a museum collection overseas, 197cc 2-stroke, stops, steers, and turns, but will need some mechanical fettling to run again after years in storage, hand crank starter, and a hilarious manually operated windshield wiper. Sold on a bill of sale, no odometer fitted. Alright, here we have a 1968 Volkswagen Beetle, listed for $7,000 US in Apache Junction, Arizona. Its condition is listed as used good, and from the seller's description. Freshly rebuilt 350 engine on a solid 37 frame, with rear airbags on the back, rides good, fun to drive, front disc brakes, I have title. And what would one of my weird vehicles be like without a trike? Here we have a 1980 Volkswagen Trike, listed for $6,000 US in Cedar Rapids, Indiana. It has a manual transmission and from the seller's description. 1980 VW Trike, driven 1,000 miles, new carbs, too many parts to list, T3 engine, 4-speed trans. I'm looking for a car to trade, have title for it. Okay, so that's it for today's vehicles. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you are enjoying my content, please consider becoming a channel member by clicking the join button below or using the link in the channel details below the video. For about the price of a cup of coffee per month, you'll not only be helping me produce these videos, but you'll have access to each and every video before they go live on YouTube, usually around 24 hours ahead of the videos going live. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.